after people asking me to detail a little bit in how I converted the MODX 8 in my case into a module. I'm going to show you, kind of just run you through the process of how I did it. So yeah, like I said, this is a MODX 8, and it's probably harder to do it on the 8 because the way the circuit boards are arranged on the front panel. I think if you do a 6, you're probably going to get the smallest module, and maybe a 7 as well. But okay, so first thing I did was take the key bed out and unplug it, and I tested it to make sure it was working with the key bed out and with the mod wheels off because I didn't want to include the mod wheels. So yeah, and then I had the bottom of chassis and then the top panel. I removed all the circuit boards, and then I noted on the top panel and the lower panel where the circuit boards were going to lay. So I cut off everything that was not going to have a circuit board behind it. So you see on this side, you have a circuit board that comes right out to the end here. So even though there's a bunch of panel space here, we could kind of only, if we wanted to use the way everything was mounted right there. So that one came out to there. And then over here on the left side, although we don't have anything down there, we have circuit boards right up to here on the left-hand side. And actually what I had to do here on the 8, because this was over here, way over here with the mod wheels, I actually just cut this out with a saber saw, and then I superglued it to this part of the panel where I could fit a circuit board, because there was just enough room for one more circuit board right there. So yeah, after I had cut off boom on the front panel and the bottom panel, which is a little tricky because you got to go around this weird angle, and then the front, where I cut it, is right here. This is where I did on the 8. Now it's probably going to be different on the 6, but it's that first ridge right there. And this is it without the end caps on. I used Velcro because I didn't really want to go through the trouble of doing screws and stuff. My dad gave me the idea. He said, why don't you just use Velcro? Because this is just going to sit in my studio. But it is robust enough to actually take it out and gig with if I do a little better Velcro job on the back. Currently I have no Velcro back here, so once I get it back together, I'll show you guys that it's in, it's like sturdy enough and whatnot. So let's see what it looks like in here. So yeah, there's just enough room for it to kind of sit down. And then before I put it back together, I will show you that I super glued some wood blocks here so I can mount the Velcro. Conveniently, there was a piece of plastic right here to do it there. There's some more Velcro there. It's the same concept over here. This basically doesn't even do anything, but like I said, this is just sitting in my room for now. If I want to make it more robust in the future, I'll make the Velcro a little more robust. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to get the camera correct here. So the last step, or the last 2 steps, is I have painted a piece of wood here and cut it to these specifications. This is actually the same size as a ruler, I believe. Put some holes in it because the key bed allows for airflow, and I wanted to account for that a little bit, although this is certainly not airtight, which is fine. So this has Velcro on. This has Velcro on it. This has Velcro on it, and these little points have Velcro, although they are quite jank. It's enough to make this front panel sort of robust. And I don't want to take it off again because my jank job is going to require me to go back and do it properly next time, but this is going to work for now. So lastly, we simply put the end caps on. It's really hard to do with the camera. Just going to do some jank-ass job. Okay, we got it in the frame. There we go. So once you get that, the back doesn't even really have Velcro on it yet, but it's it doesn't fall apart. So yeah, that's how you convert the MODX into a module.